Hurricane Dorian has pushed through the U.S. Virgin Islands and is now back over open waters at 90 miles per hour by force 13 analysis, 986 millibars as of 11 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time this August 28. It is currently looking like it will be making an impact on the Florida coastline in about 3 to 4 days, projected to be a stage 4 on the CDPS. Extensive damage once it does get to the Florida coastline, possibly could be looking at as early as Monday, Labor Day. Dorian currently is at 19.6 degrees north, 66 degrees west. Again, stage 4 on the CDPS, and its path it's taking is going to be really out of the ordinary for what we see most storms do. But it is 377 miles from Balfour Town in the Turks and Caicos, 838 from Nassau in the Bahamas, 960 from Freeport, also in the Bahamas, 1118 from Melbourne in Florida, and 1173 from Orlando, also in Florida. All watches and warnings are currently canceled for Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands. However, once we do start seeing this get towards the Bahamas and into Florida, we may see some new watches and warnings go into place. This is the rainfall forecast for Dorian. As you can see, it is going to be taking a very unusual path. It's not going to be going through the Turks and Caicos. It's actually going to be taking a northwesterly track, completely avoiding most of those areas. May clip the Bahamas on its way through, and then by Monday we could be looking at a potential landfall in Florida. It's just a matter of how far it is going to go north or south of its projected path. This is the GFS model, where it does take it right through the center of Florida. Some spots will get 12 to 15 inches, then we'll move up into Georgia later on in the week. Sea surface temperatures for Dorian are not going to be a problem. 29 degrees Celsius all the way across its path from where it's at up to its potential landfall there in Florida. Now, getting to the actual forecast right now, most models do take this up to possibly a Category 2, Category 3. HWRF was a little bit more aggressive with a Category 5, but that's just a little outlandish for this kind of storm of this magnitude this time of year. But Category 2 and 3 cannot be ruled out for this storm. It does look like it would make a landfall sometime late afternoon on Monday, maybe even early Tuesday morning, before it starts moving up into the Georgia area by middle of next week. Chance of tropical storm force winds are looking like this: Freeport in Bahamas at 85%, Melbourne in the United States in Florida at 83%, Nassau at 77%, Orlando at 75%, and Balfour Town down in the Turks and Caicos at 11%. Getting into the models, most models do have this thing at hurricane intensity, a few of them taking up to Category 2, maybe Category 3, and the CTCX being the wild one, they're taking it up to Category 4. Wind shear is not going to be a problem over the next day or two. Once it does get towards the Bahamas, wind shear is going to drop to about 5 to 10 knots, and you can see the track there, most of them all in agreement of a Florida landfall once we get out into Monday and Tuesday. Getting into the visual imagery, you can see there does look like a bit of a dry slot starting to get into the core of Dorian that may have disrupted its intensity earlier this afternoon. You can still see that dry slot there showing up on visual imagery. On the infrared, you can kind of see it showing up there now, trying to get into that northeastern quadrant. The eye that we were seeing pop out has shriveled away. It is under all that central convection. It does look like maybe the eye has shifted just a little further west, but we'll have to see how it looks once it does pop back out. And you can see some of the dry air there showing up on the water vapor imagery as well, where it has got interest on the eastern side of the core. Still has some very good convection still on the eastern side. We'll eventually see if that can wrap out. And lastly, we still do have some radar imagery out of San Juan. You can see that dry slot there very well on the left side with the regular radar, and velocities there on the right. That dry slot still very evident there. It looked like Dorian was trying to maybe build almost a double eye wall there, looking at the radar there, but due to that dry air getting in there, it may have disrupted that, and you can see the eye wall there disrupted there. It'll be interesting to see now that it's back over open waters if it can get the eye wall back in order and maybe make a run to those higher intensities. Definitely everybody in around Florida and Bahamas, you need to be watching this, and you have a couple days still to prepare, so time is on your side before it does get to your area. You should be keeping an eye on this, and as we will be as well. We'll have another update later on. Thank you for watching this production of Force 13. For more information about Force 13, you can reach us on all of our media outlets. our website, force13.com, where we are revamping the website and writing new articles for your reading pleasure. We're also on YouTube at youtube.com/force13. You're probably there already. If you are, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button to keep getting updates like these rolling into your mailbox. We're also on Facebook, keyword Force13, where we'll post our articles, and keep an eye out there for any live events that we may simulcast there. We're also on Twitter, keyword Force13. And if you want to look swag like our own Nathan Foy here, you can rock our colors by going to our store. Our store is store.force13.com, or you can continue directly to the project by way of the Patreon. More information about patronage and the privileges you can get from it can be found at patreon.com/force13. And if you want to reach out to the project directly, you can reach out to us at Force13 on Skype, or you can hit me up directly at extension TREN, extension 1375, or you can hit that link in the bottom of the description to get to our Discord. That information also available at the end of this segment.